Hanz Learnz HTML Part 8.
Moving along now, we're going to learn what I think is the most important tag in HTML.
What's that?
It's the link tag.
Link. Oh, when you go from one page to another page.
Exactly. That's what made the web so interesting. The fact that you can click on a link, and I'm assuming everybody knows what a link is. You know, just in case. Oh, come on, you guys, you got to know what a link is. This is a link. You click on this, learn this.
And it takes you to another page.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know what a link is.
That's a link.
Yeah.
So that's what makes the web very, very powerful, initially anyway. And that's really, truly the heart of the web, is that interconnected nature of it. The fact that you got links that link from one page to the next and so on.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun.
So we can create links out of text, or we can create links out of images, and you could even create links out of video if you wanted to, but most of the links that we see are text or images.
You mean you click on text and it takes you to another page?
Exactly.
All right.
So let's build our very first text link, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So to save time, once again, I'm just going to paste some code, and so you don't have to watch me type it out. And here is your basic link tag. Here's the opening.
Right.
Here's the closing.
So this one has opening and closing.
Yes, it does. And this is the text that gets turned into a link. And this attribute here is called the Href Attribute, and it's short for Hypertext Reference. So what do I mean by hypertext? It's short for hyperactive text.
You mean like it doesn't slow down?
Well, no, it's more like this text doesn't do anything, but this text is hyperactive. It's a link, because when you click it, it actually does something.
So hyper means it's not just text, it's text that does something.
Exactly. And if you think about what HTML stands for, Hypertext Markup Language, that should tell you how important links are.
Links sound really important for the web.
Well, they're so important, in fact, that the inventors of all this web stuff chose to include hypertext in the name of the language.
Wow.
Hypertext Markup Language, HTML.
We better learn how to do this then.
Exactly. So this href attribute, once again, it's a hypertext reference. That's what it stands for. And like so many attributes, and all attributes in HTML, you got to have opening and closing quotes.
You need the quotations, yeah.
And here's the value. So now we're telling this link to send us to this web page.
That's the web page that we want to go to.
Exactly.
All right.
So this information, basically http://www. tells the web browser we're going to a website on the web.
So you always have to put that information in?
If you're going to a website on the web. If you're going to pages inside your own site, you don't have to put all this information.
Oh, if it's on your own site, it's not as much info.
Yes, we'll get into that a little bit later.
All right.
But for now, what you want to take away is that this is HTTP is short for Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
That sounds very complicated.
It isn't. It is, but it isn't. So all it means is hypertext. Remember hypertext?
Right.
And transfer, to transfer something from A to B, from one place to the next. And a protocol is a fancy word, a nerd word for method.
I see.
You have a certain protocol when you go to you go to court. You have to conduct yourself in a certain way. There's a certain protocol.
Yeah, there's rules.
There's rules.
Otherwise, the judge puts you in jail.
So
That happened to me once.
All this tells the web browsers that we're using the hypertext transfer protocol. It basically gives instructions to the web browser, like all tags, how we're going to be linking or how we're going to be navigating to this new website.
All right.
Now, we won't get into this right now. It's real nerd details, but this is interesting here. www. That's short for World Wide Web.
Because it's around the world?
Yes, we've all heard of the web, right? The World
Yeah.
Wide Web. Well, that's what that is. This tells the browser we're going onto the World Wide Web.
Right.
And this happens to be the site we're going to.
We're going to Killer Sites.
.com.
That's your site.
So there's a bit more to it, but that's enough for now. So let's just run this.
What does it look like?
There it is.
Oh, I've seen this before with the underline.
Click through.
And it takes us to your website. That's fantastic.